What's up, everybody? This is Game Night. I'm Apollo. This week I'm reviewing Valiant Hearts: The Great War. I played it on the PS4. It is developed by Ubisoft Montpellier, and it is an excellent, excellent game. Um, Ubisoft Montpellier recently released Child of Light, another Ubisoft game that runs on the UbiArt engine. Another terrific game, but this one is even better. It takes place on the Western Front in World War One. You get the perspectives of five, or technically six, different characters, including a very sweet, loyal, extraordinarily helpful medic dog. And the relationships between those characters and their interactions, their friendships, really, the friendships that are forged in this horrible war, really is the heart of Valiant Hearts. These people, these characters really are. I mean, these are characters that have been exiled from their homes. They've been ripped from their families. They all just want to go home, and that common thread really is what draws them together, and really is what um, drives them to make these sacrifices for each other, just so that they can all get home. And I mean, these are characters that are on different sides of the war. You get to see the war from all these different sides, and all these different perspectives, and but that doesn't dissuade them from just going to any lengths to help their friends. And it's really great, really beautiful, and that beauty and and is it's reflected in the music and in the terrifically, beautifully drawn art, exquisitely drawn art. And that art mixed with this fantastic, haunting, chilling, constantly adapting soundtrack and score, mixed with just terrifically gritty, handwritten, or hand-drawn type of art. Really, I mean, those two things mixed together really give you this terrific, unique feel. And this is a game that, I mean, first of all, I've never played a game that's based on World War One. Played a bunch of that are based on World War Two. Um, but this is not a it's this is better. This game depicts World War One and really war as just hell, better than any game I've ever played, better than any shooter, any of your Call of Duties, any of your all the other shooters that depict war. This one does it better than any of them. It doesn't romanticize it at all. There's no notion. It doesn't revel in the notion of glory. It's a brutal, engrossing, excellent, somehow yet very emotional and torturous, but still very compelling, captivating game. I mean, it's all these different things, um, and I mean, it looks at the horrors of thing. You're put in these, situations. These pretty, like, terrifying situations, like having to take cover behind towering piles of corpses. Having to navigate your way, having to dig out a tunnel and navigate your troops through, through fields of undetonated bombs while trying to simultaneously dodge other live falling bombs, things like that. And and there are even a few set pieces, and there are really some spectacular battlefield sequences. I mean, the game is terrific, and there are a lot of puzzles in the game. It's really a puzzle and adventure game, and the puzzles are never they are they are rarely frustrating, but that never detracts. Um, that never detracts or takes away anything from the game. It never taints the game in any negative way. Um, and the puzzles really, I mean, it never slows the game down either, and too much. They're really good, well placed puzzles that really keep the pace of the game. And they start out pretty easy, but They get progressively challenging as the game goes on. But like I said, they're rarely frustrating. It's more just like they really they never take more than a few minutes to solve. And afterwards, you feel pretty smart. I know I did. You feel pretty smart, pretty accomplished, ready to barrel through this war with these characters and get them home. And it's yeah, it's really a. I really can't praise this game enough. I mean, you just even I mean the game has such amazing as great as the narrative is, it has almost even better environmental storytelling. I mean, you are collecting throughout the game, you acquire all these like historical facts, and you collect a lot of you collect a lot of historical artifacts, and like helmets and um, all sorts of different things. You pick up they're collectibles. You collect you acquire diaries of the characters, so you get to see what their inner monologue is. How you get to see how scared they are, and how much they want to see their families, and why their motivations for why they're fighting, because they all have different motivations, very different, and each one unique and very interesting, very compelling. And so yeah, you're collecting these collectibles, and every single item you pick up, you get to see the history behind it. You get yeah, I mean, you get to learn, and you get to learn. Are also acquiring automatically like I said, the historical facts, which are coupled with real pictures from World War One, and I mean, it's pretty. I mean, some of it's pretty brutal to look at. It's never like in bad taste or anything, but some of it's you get they're cataloging some of the injuries and the deformities that some of the soldiers suffered, and you get to see inside the infirmaries and bodies strewn about, and you get to see also, I mean, not just about the soldiers either, but about the trench warfare and improvised gas masks, and you learn about when the first gas attacks in history took place in that war, and the architecture and the cities that were occupied, and the architecture, terrific, this just amazing architecture that was just destroyed, and you get to see the history of all of that, and it's really one big, engrossing, immersive, fun, exciting history lesson, and it's really great, because this is a war that really is. I mean, I honestly don't know that much about World War One. I can't imagine most people do. World War Two is really the one that everybody learns a ton about in school and media, movies, all that stuff. So it's very interesting to see World War. It's really interesting to learn about it, and like I said, it's always so interesting to learn about it. I just wanted to learn more and more, and just collect more stuff. The one super minor gripe that I have with the game, and it's almost not worth mentioning, but it's the fact that the collectibles that you get are sometimes in somewhat inconvenient areas, or like if you're like if you're running for your life from like bombs or gunfire, dense gunfire, or if you're trying you're on a timer, not like an actual timer on the screen, but you have only a certain amount of time to save a friend from dying, and there'll be like a collectible that you need to pick up. It's really not a big thing, because they're collectibles, they're bonuses. Like I said, you get a description of what they are meant for, their place in history, but you don't have to pick them up. So, yeah, it's your choice. I picked them up just because, like I said, super interesting. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, everything else is just stellar. This is an incredible game. It's on the PSN right now. It's also on Xbox Live, and you can get it on PC as well. Like I said, I played it on PS4. It's $15 to download. Super cheap, since it took like 12 hours to beat the game, and I didn't, I got most of the collectibles, but I'm gonna go back and get all of them. But yeah, I mean, it's a terrific price. I recommend it to anyone who loves great storytelling, great characters, just a great game in general. That is Valiant Hearts: The Great War. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Absolutely recommend it. This has been Game Night. I am once again Apollo, your host. I will see you guys and girls next time.